Welcome to Fair Trade Finder. Today we're looking at EcoFlow and charging speed across a number of their portable power stations. So whether you are powering your campsite or prepping for a blackout, how fast you can recharge a power station is very important. We're going to break it down one model at a time. We're going to start with the EcoFlow River series. The River series are their smaller power stations, ideally suited for smaller devices like your phone or a laptop, things like that. Starting with the River 3. The River 3 delivers 245 watt-hours of capacity, 300 watts of output with 600 watts of surge. Capacity, how much energy the power station can store, and output refers to what types of devices you can plug into the power station. The higher the output, the more energy-intensive devices that you can plug in. The River 3 is one of the smallest models that EcoFlow makes, and there are a number of different ways that you can recharge your portable power station. The most common is to plug into an AC wall outlet. The River 3 will recharge in about an hour with 320 watts of input. Solar charging will take at least 2 hours. You get up to 110 watts of solar input. You can plug into your car's cigarette port and recharge the River 3 at 2.8 hours with 100 watts of input. And you can actually use a generator and recharge in an hour with 320 watts. Moving on to the River 3 Plus, you get 286 watt hours with 600 watts of output and 1200 watts of surge. You can charge in about an hour if you plug into an AC wall outlet with 380 watts of input. Solar charging will take at least an hour and a half with 220 watts. Car charging will take 3.3 hours at least with 220 watts. And a gas generator will take an hour with 380 watts of input. Moving on to the River 2 Pro. This is a much larger power station compared to the previous two. You get 768 watt hours of capacity, 800 watts of output, and 1600 watts of surge. A lot more energy and a lot more power. Plugging into an AC outlet takes a little over an hour with 940 watts of input. Solar charging will take at least 4.5 hours with 220 watts. Car charging will take at least 9 hours with 100 watts. And you can also recharge this power station using a USB-C port, which would also take at least 9 hours with 100 watts of input. Moving on to the EcoFlow Delta series. These are much larger portable power stations. They have more capacity and more power, and they're ideal for home backup or extended power outages where you kind of need to rely on the battery for a longer period of time. Starting with the Delta 3 Plus. This delivers 1,024 watt hours of capacity, 1,800 watts of output with surge of 3,600 watts. To recharge this power station by plugging into an AC wall outlet, it will take about an hour with 1,500 watts of input. That's very fast for a power station of this size. Solar charging will take a little over an hour, and you have 2 dual solar charging ports to deliver 1,000 watts of input, which is very impressive. You can also recharge by using both AC and solar charging, a combination hybrid situation. That'll take at least a half an hour. You can maximize your input to 2,000 watts. You can use a generator, which will take an hour with 1,500 watts. And car charging will take at least 1.3 hours with 800 watts of input. Moving on to the Delta 2 Max. This delivers 2,048 watt hours of capacity, 2,400 watts of output, and surge of 4,800 watts. Using an AC outlet takes about 1.2 hours with 1,800 watts of input. Solar charging will take at least 2.3 hours with 1,000 watts. This is if you're using the dual solar charging ports. You can also do the hybrid AC plus solar combination charging, which will take at least an hour with 2,400 watts input. Car charging is the slowest way to charge this power station. It will take at least 21 hours with 96 watts. The Delta Pro gives you 3,600 watts of capacity, 3,600 watts of output, and 7,200 watts of surge. Plugging into an AC outlet will recharge in about 2.7 hours with 1,800 watts of input. Solar charging will take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours at least with 1,600 watts of input. Using the generator will take 1.8 hours with 3,000 watts of input. You can charge using a turbo alternator. This is an additional add-on that you would have to purchase, but you can recharge the power station in about 4.5 hours with 800 watts of input. You can also do a combination of AC plus solar plus generator charging to recharge in about 2 hours with a whopping 6,500 watts of input. And you can also charge using your car, which would take at least 10 hours. The Delta Pro really gives you a lot of different options and ways that you can recharge the battery. Next is the Delta Pro 3. This is one of the largest EcoFlow model. if not the largest. You get 4,096 watt hours of capacity, 4,000 watts of output, and 6,000 watts of surge. You have different options for how you can charge this power station using an AC outlet. If you use the 120 volt outlet, you can recharge it in about 2.3 hours. This is the standard way you would charge, and you get 1,800 watts of input. You also have the option of using a 240 volt AC outlet to recharge it in 1.1 hours with 3,600 watts of input. You also get two different options for solar charging, a low PV and a high PV. The low PV, you can recharge in at least 4 hours with 1,000 watts of solar input. The high PV charging, you can recharge in a minimum of 2 hours with 1,600 watts of solar input. You also get two different options for charging using your car. Standard 12 volt DC option, which will take a minimum of 10 hours with 90 watts of input. You also get a 48 volt DC option, which will take at least 4 hours with 960 watts of input. EcoFlow really gives you a lot of different options on charging their various power stations. They are one of the fastest charging power stations in the industry. To recap, the fastest charging overall power station is the Delta 3 Plus, and you can recharge this in about an hour by plugging into an AC wall outlet. Power station that delivers the most capacity per charge time is the Delta Pro 3, and the best power stations for light use, or if you're traveling, are the River 2 series, where you get a decent range of capacities that can all be charged pretty quickly. So thanks for watching. I'll have links to all the EcoFlow models in the video description. Check that out. If you've used any of these power stations and have any feedback on how fast they charge, please leave comments in the video description. We'd love to hear about it. And I will be back soon with more portable power station videos. Thanks for watching.